This is Glenda, and I'm here today showing you what I'm about to send off to the mail tomorrow. This is a tag swap, vintage tag swap that I participated at Lilscrapofheaven, and I just wanted to show you what I did and the swap. And I have an image of a lady here, and this is a size 8 tag. Now I'll do a close-up here. Let's start from the top to the bottom. I have some lace here that I painted with Lumiere Hollow Pink and with some chocolate truffle brown from Lindsay Stamp Gang, and that's seam binding. And then as for her headpiece, I have some flowers here that I punched out from this Miguel punch here, and I punched out glassine paper from Tim Holtz line, and these are the flowers that you see here. And I cut out that Carla S001 bling to make it look like it has diamond centers, and I topped it off with some feathers here. And that's her headpiece. I colored her entire face and head with vintage photo, and then I sealed it with decoupage. And after I dried it off and such, I used Jelly Roll pens to color her eyes and lips. Blue glitter for the eyes and pink glitter for the lips, and you can barely tell. Very subtle. And just a white little speck on her eye to give it look like she has reflection of light on her eyeball. She has an earring here that I made out of stamp from Inka Dinka Doo. It's the chandelier set, and I stamped it on clear shrinking plastic or Shrink-a-Dink. And before I shrank it, I used Stays On black ink. And then after it dried, I used the Jelly Roll pens in silver and I think it was like a diamond colored glitter of some sort, and I drew in the little details, and then I shranked it with my heat gun, and after that it was all shrunk up. I used stickles. The word keeps escaping me. The Tim Holtz glitter. So I use stickles to give it a look like she's wearing a diamond, chandelier earrings, and it looks really cool, and it moves, so I pierced her ear. The face is actually on some glue dots there, so it gives her some dimension, and it lets the earrings sway a little bit. She's wearing that diamond necklace, which is that Carla trim. I have some red pinkish trim that I got from her collections, and here's another pearl trim from Carla's store, Etsy store, and that's a little fabric flower or rose that I purchased at Michael's. So this is the front part of this size 8 tag. Here on the back I have another image of a lady here wearing a vintage clothing. I don't know if you can see it, sorry for the glare there. And on her dress I used some white Jelly Roll pen and to her hands to make it look like she's wearing lace, and I put some stickles on there and to make earrings, and on her eyes, and a flower in her hair. And then on the back she's actually kind of like an envelope. I stamped this image that I got from Laos Coast Design, and then I have my information here on the back. So it goes right behind her, like so. I'm trying to do this one hand, sorry. And so it's right behind her head, the skull. So it's really cool. And the background I stamped with some steampunk stamps that I have, and also colored with vintage photo and walnut stain from the Distress Inks. So that's the tag I'm going to send out tomorrow for the swap at Lilscrapofheaven. There's another swap that I joined. It's an ATC Halloween tag. ATC trading cards. And this is what I'm going to send in. It's for a Halloween theme. We are to use either yellow or orange, and I used orange in this one. As you can tell, the background is all glittery and pretty. I used Lumiere paints mixed in with Lindsay Stampkin sprays. And here on the corner I have a flower that I punched out. And I made my own center using a dewdrop. And I stamped an image of a skull and put that underneath. Here I have a cobweb photo corner. And here's the skull that I stamped out, and he is holding a butterfly of the Martha Stewart Punch-Out butterflies. And his head rests against one of those miniature dies from Tim Holtz. And then I used, I'm sorry, another Martha Stewart branch punch and little itty bitty flowers here to give it this look that I'm trying to achieve. I also made 2 additional ATC cards for the hostess because the last swap that I did with her, some people just never showed up, never completed their little cards, never turned them in, and she went out her way and made, I think it was like 2 sets or 3 even, to complete for those who did do their part. And I've heard that she had to give up some of her unique trading cards that because she is a collector, and I decided to make 2 more for her just because she went out that, you know, she did that for everyone. And I did 2 more Halloween ATCs just for her, for the hostess. And I have another skull. He's wearing a top hat, and he has a feather in his hat, and he has a little skeleton cameo on his hat, and also sprayed with Lindsay Stampkin sprays and used Lumiere acrylic paint on the background. These are dewdrops that I colored with silver Sharpie pen, and then I glued them down on this background that is a cardstock that was cut out with that miniature die, Baroque dies from Tim Holtz. So this is one I made for her, and here's another one specially done for her too. This is the celebrating the Day of the Dead, Catrina, and this is a stamp that I purchased from a shop called, I think it's called SILVERCROW, if not mistaken. I will place the link on the bottom of this video. And I decoed all the part on the top with a lot of the stickles. Has a feather, and you can see these little itty bitty spiders that I put on there. And I put glue on them, and I put some flock, black flock, to give them a fuzzy feel, so they are 3-dimensional. Also the Catrina is popped up a little bit, and this is another little card that I'm going to send to her way. I hope she's not watching this video, because it's supposed to be a surprise. So, along with the vintage, I forgot to mention those who are participating in the vintage tag swap. I added little goodies along with this tag, and I need to explain because many of you might not know how to use the little things I'm about to send to their way, and I included in each person that's participating in this swap these, I don't know if you can see it, there it is. This is an angel, little cherub, I guess that's how you call him, and he's made out of paper clay, and each participant is going to have one in my group. Not everyone from the swap, but just the people in my group, and they will get each one of this size of an angel. They will also get this small one right here. Approximately they measure about 1 inch from wingtip to wingtip. The bigger one measures approximately this 1 inch also. Wait, this I'm doing centimeters here. About 3/4 of an inch, and this one is from wingtip to wingtip 1 inch. And you also get these little tiny little angels. You get 2 of them, and these are almost 1/4 of an inch. So you can paint these with acrylic paint. You can also use rub and buff. Since they're made out of paper, you can use watercolor paint. You can use Lindsay Stamke micas, and you can make the color or the look you want. And I love them. And here's an example that I did one for the Halloween colors, give it kind of a rustic look, and I just used Lindsay Stamke sprays on this one, and it came out really cool. So there you go. They're gonna have a chance to play, and hope they'll find some use out of them. I just thought to send something that I made out of my own molds and something unique, so they can be each member of my little group can be more creative and maybe enhance their little projects. So that's it for today, and I just wanted to share these ATC swap cards and this vintage tag that I'm about to send out for those who are part of the little scrap of heaven. And thanks again for watching. Bye.